My name is JPS and welcome to Just Power Washing Stuff. Today's episode features a friend of mine by the name of Nick Becker. Nick is an aspiring game developer and a very mysterious being, and considering he was interested in joining for an episode, I figured this would be a good opportunity to unravel some of the mystery behind this man. This is even going to be new for me because he has only shown up to a few of the gaming sessions I've hosted with friends behind the scenes. But without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy. Welcome to Just Power Washing Stuff. Series that is not original at all, but it's an idea I've enjoyed doing quite a bit. This time I'm joined by this gentleman right here by the name of Nick.
I'm gonna buy my stuff on Redbubble.
Do you actually have a Redbubble?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say that'd be like quite the intro to go off of. So if you'd like to give a bit of an introduction.
Well, I'm Nick Becker, and I make stuff. I'm a game dev. I'm an artist. I'm not sure what else to say about that.
Fair enough. So one thing that I want to start off is I want to know, like, what had originated the tag that you went with, Nick One, and as well as I'm curious about Cellophane Zebra as well.
Oh, the Nick One thing, it's the O silent, so it's Nick Win. I thought I spelled it that, but I guess I spelled it wrong.
But Nick Win.
Yeah, the Cellophane Zebra thing comes from my brother. I stole his name, but he doesn't care. I used this for my Steam account for a while. Then that Steam account got like a ban on it because I accidentally spent a bunch of money on my mom's card. And then I had to make a new account, which is this one you're seeing now.
I'm kind of curious to know, like, what the purchases were.
I don't know.
You don't even remember? It was like that long ago?
$200 on games and TF2.
Oh, it was like $200 worth of TF2 stuff?
And games.
Oh, and games. I was gonna say, if it was all on TF2, that'd be concerning. Like, that would have implied that you've gotten like multiple unusuals or like so many keys.
No, I never bought unusuals.
I feel like someone who had to have gotten one by complete luck must be very lucky with the Steam market.
Yeah.
Like, the moment that they sell it for a price that is a lot less than it's usually going for on the Steam market, they've pretty much already sold it the moment that they hit the sell button, whatever it is. So another question that I have for you is, what had gotten you into game development?
I'm not sure. I just like games and how they work. I mean, I draw a lot.
Like, are there any games in particular that have gotten you into it?
Out of the 700 games I've played in my life, I don't know.
Like, has there been one in particular that has gotten you to be like, you know what? This makes me want to get into game development.
Jason, do me a favor and go on my Steam right now and look at my favorite game.
I'm gonna have to go on mobile for this because my whole monitor is Power Wash Simulator right now.
And go on my Steam and look at my favorite game, then go to my hours on games.
All right, I will have to go right there on mobile. Would it happen to be Resident Evil 2?
No. Like,
okay, I'm looking at the completionist showcase.
No, not
Amori.
Yeah. And can you guess that I 100%ed it? And
you have?
Hours it took? Can you see the hours?
92 hours played.
Okay, then look at the other games.
Outer Wilds, 30 hours played.
Okay, go to the completionist. I think that's easier.
Okay, completionist one. I see a 100% on Resident Evil 2. And Psychonauts, Resident Evil 4, Mori again, Stray, and Final Fantasy 7. Man, I gotta get back to that.
Yeah, look at the hours for FF7. Does it
This
not
is
show the hours
not on mobile,
on
I don't
mobile?
think.
Can you not go to desktop because
I mean,
you're
I could.
Dave?
I could. I could tab
Please,
out, but I'll probably.
I want you to see. Please.
All right, so I'll probably have to tab out for it, but I'll like blur everything else. 304.6 hours. That is some serious dedication.
And that wasn't even for 100%. That was just me just playing it.
Really?
I did
And
100%.
not even like time that you had just previously gotten away from the computer and taken a break, like that many hours of like legit playtime.
Look at my Half-Life hours.
Okay, tabbing out again. Okay, Half-Life 15.9 hours, Half-Life 2 81 hours. And you've been on the grind with these.
Yeah. So if you want to, yeah, I guess those are my favorite games if you count them.
And those have been what have gotten you into game development?
Yeah. Half-Life 2 has a commentary node you probably know, and they show you everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they show you how. Well, I don't know how much you know about game development, so it'd be kind of hard to explain.
Well, at the very least, I know my friend Momo has worked on a 2D kind of game called the Button Maze. It's got like the movements of one of those RPG games, but it's like there's things you got to collect.
Yeah.
I played it once before on stream and was gonna make highlights out of that, but I didn't realize that my mic was so quiet for some reason. But it has been an interesting demo, I will say.
You want
I'll
to
make
check the
sure to.
recording so far to make sure it works?
Oh no, I made sure. I'm using a different mic from when I was streaming that day. I was using
Okay.
a USB mic like a USB standalone mic that for some reason ever since I had hard reset Windows on my PC, thinking that it was like drivers messing with how often my PC was blue screening. But no, upgrading to Windows 11 did not fix that. It turns out my motherboard was a little bit damaged. Ever since the hard reset, my USB standalone mic would be having issues where sometimes it would be very quiet and sometimes it would be a normal volume. But when the program that I use to make the volume right would have it be sounding normal, that'd be when the mic is quiet. And when it was supposed to be normal, it would sound loud enough that you could hear distortion whenever I'm loud. Like you'd even hear more reverb in my room.
Yeah. I'm guessing you like music
Oh,
if you want good
absolutely.
headphones.
Well, this is pretty much just a. Well, this is pretty much a. This is pretty much a gaming headset that I found that was made by the same company that made my previous USB standalone mic, which is not the current standalone USB mic that I have in front of me.
Jason, I had the same headphones for like 15 years. I still have them
Oh, really?
on.
What kind are they?
They're Sony headphones.
How great have they been so far? Ever since?
Good. The $10 headphones.
Oh, $10. Keeping it simple. Respect.
Yeah. Do you draw?
I haven't drawn very much. I think last time I remember drawing was either it was like the early 2020s. I think I drew Gur's dog costume from Invader Zim. I think it was all right, but one can be very critical of their own art. So if you ask me, I think it would take like an outside opinion for like a fair judgment of that. I think it's all right. Some people really like it. I don't think I've shown it on other platforms, but I've shown it to a few friends before and they liked it. The rare Jason art.
Did you do it on like a piece of paper or digital?
Pretty much. I didn't have a tablet at that time, and
Oh,
when I did have a tablet, I I drew like a very simplified version of my character in the style of my friend Z's original Sona, the art style for him, where it was just like a guy with two dots for eyes, and the hair and the head was like had like the shape of the hair on it. So I drew something like
yeah.
that with the hair and the fedora included.
You draw with a marker or a pencil?
I drew with a pencil actually. I feel like the marker would make it hard for me to like erase any mistakes unless I was using a whiteboard of some sort.
Did you ever see the drawing Josh made of me and Patrick a long time ago?
I don't know if I have. All I've known is like the drawing that Nat had made of you, Patrick, and Eric.
What are the other questions you want to talk to me about?
It was interesting that you mentioned that. It was interesting that you mentioned that because I meant to say like speaking of Eric and Patrick, how far back do the three of you go?
Um, well, Eric is, I know him for 11 years. I know Patrick for, I think, 8 years.
And how did the trio come to be?
Oh, it just came naturally. We didn't even try. Like, I already texted you this, but I didn't like Patrick at first. Because it was like some random guy Eric invited to our chat. No, Eric invited me to fucking Team ISIS. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And there's just this random guy in there. And he started making fun of him and stuff.
And
And
then
then naturally progression starts forming, and yeah, we're just
was he aware of this? Like when you had, like when the three of you had originally met, like the when the trio had originally formed.
I don't think he remembers.
Oh my gosh!
He tends to forget stuff.
And then like eventually you had warmed up to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting how something like that had been able to change just like that.
Getting angry at him playing GTA 5 online.
Was it like trolling that he'd do, or
No, I think he was trolling. He was killing me. I was getting actually pissed at him because it was actually fucking annoying.
you know that does sound like him. I mean that in the most positive way that that he would that he would get on the nerves of me and some other friends of ours because we are friends at the end of the day. We will we will mess with each other a lot, and that is especially the case for examples like with Patrick and Nat, the dynamic they have, where they'll
Why?
usually want to kill each other.
Oh, that.
Oh yeah, all the time.
That's just Eric's clone.
They had really started becoming the same person.
They are the same person.
Well, yeah, you just started noticing. I had been noticing since like early 2025, I think, and it was and the progression. It was very noticeable. Like, dang, those two really were made for each other.
Yeah. Did you even know Eric was gonna eventually get something like that?
No, I don't think anyone did. And I don't mean that to be mean. I think a lot of people me and Patrick have known were very surprised by that, but pleasantly surprised. Like I remember him talking about like some friends of his that I eventually got to meet, hearing about the news of Eric finding that certain someone for him, and they had like a similar reaction of just like in complete disbelief, but at the same time happy for him.
I was in a car ride when I found that out because I texted, "What is the lore of Nat?" And Eric told me. I was like, "Huh?" I was like silent in the car. I was like, "What?"
Like he actually gave you the answer to that, or
Yeah,
was
he
his
did
it?
give me the answer.
And I take it you had like the response of like, what? Was it something
Yeah,
like
but
that?
I wasn't like, "What?" I was just silent.
But you were thinking something like that,
Yeah.
just in complete disbelief.
He's gonna be disappointed in me if he watches this.
He probably will. But I can imagine he'd also be quite entertained. Whichever one will come first, I don't know.
And I guess Nat is our fourth player, the final fourth player. I don't think I ever showed you, but during the Game Awards, when Eric was at Nat's house, his fucking mic was glitching, and we could not hear what he was saying, but he kept talking.
Like he was playing the game while at Nat's house.
No, it was the Game Awards we were watching.
Oh, the Game Awards, like you guys were watching together.
Yeah, and he kept talking, but it was just muffles.
Oh, I see.
It sounded like he was in a tube.
So either he was on mobile or trying to share the mic
No,
that,
he was on
that
his
Nat had.
computer.
Oh. Did he not have his headset plugged in?
I don't know.
I feel like the only things that I can remember from the Game Awards from the time that I watched it is the Miss Piggy cameo, and a lot of people, and like, well, it was mainly people I know joking about how there has to have been like some kind of tension going on between Jeff Keighley and Miss Piggy.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
I think it even like bled into this game of golf with your friends that happened a day after, where there's just a lot of talk about Kermit, especially after the Game Awards, and how possibly jealous he must be.
Did you see the tweet today?
There was another tweet about that?
Yes, I'm surprised you said that. There's another tweet today, and it's Jeff Keighley saying a little bit awkward today. It's misspeaking Kermit next to him.
The lore deepens. I think I even mentioned from the last tweet that I saw from Miss Piggy that it was pretty much official that she and Kermit were no longer a thing, and I was like, that's how it is. That's what the Muppet lore says. And I remember Will just telling me like, Muppet lore.
Jason, your speech is killing me. Like the way you
From me talking about Muppet lore?
No, it's your voice and the way you said that. Like, I have to be informed that Miss Vicky is Lord.
Now that I hear that back, it does sound like a very unusual sentence.
Do you hear yourself back sometimes?
It's not until like a couple seconds after, especially with like some of the more out of pocket things I'll say, or if there's something that I don't even realize until after could be taken as a double entendre. At that point, I'm just like, yeah, realized it as soon as I said it.
So I got a question for you, Jason. I don't know if anyone's ever said this, but why no cursing?
Interestingly, this has been like the second time I've had another guest that has turned the tables on me and asked me questions.
And you're gonna have to answer it again.
I don't think the this will come out by the time that's like sometime after that episode is already released. But Jeffrey was the other one to start asking me questions himself, and that was not one of them. So this will be the first time I will be addressing that. So I had previously grown up being given the idea that I should not be saying such foul language, but that was during a phase where I used to go to church almost every Sunday, and then like eventually distance myself from the particular church and that particular faith in general, which no disrespect to anyone's
You
beliefs.
still go
That
to
just
church? You still go to church?
no, I had distanced myself from that
Oh.
particular faith, especially that church, because there were like some things about that didn't sit well with me. Even though I had distanced myself from that, I had reached the point where I had gone so long without any foul language that if I just started now, it would feel super awkward of me to start doing so. It would have nothing to do with like me wanting to be like some kind of family friendly content creator, because it's already too late for that, especially with the unhinged moments that'll be said in videos and that I'll allow in videos.
Yeah, I curse all the time, but I don't mean it in a mean way. I just say it naturally.
Yeah, it just comes naturally. What's so funny about it coming naturally?
Were you being sarcastic about that?
No, I was just confirming what you said. Like you just confirmed that it comes naturally to you. I was just agreeing, like it does appear to come naturally to you. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm just confirming what you said.
Is this gonna go to the authorities?
No, I don't like I don't report on people I don't report people to the authorities after each of these. I don't have a badge number. I don't work for the FBI, the CIA, or any of the 3-letter agencies.
Yeah.
I don't. Despite my guy wearing a fancy suit and a fedora, I'm not in espionage for any of them. Whatever the right word is. You really think I could pull it off? Are you just having like the mental image of me just working for them? Just
No.
instead of with a dark suit, I have a red suit. And like no matter what the color of the suit is, the people that I'd be infiltrating would just question nothing. Still having that mental image.
Next question.
Okay. What is like a particular game that has that has like shaped your interest in gaming? Like what was like one of the games that had really gotten you into this particular hobby?
Half-Life 2, Half-Life 1, Amori, FF7, and Bioshock.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that the indie games and RPGs in particular have stood out to you.
Well, they're good. That's all I can say.
Really? Is there more you can elaborate on? I'm curious.
I'm not sure who what was like.
No, man, I'm curious.
I don't know. They're good to play. They're better than AAA games, I think.
You know what? Hard agree. Especially with the route that some companies are taking.
And I guess there's more direction with them because they have full freedom on what to do.
Oh, that's an interesting point. Well, I figured the indie game development team, they figured they'd have more creative freedom there, but when it came to like RPGs in general, I had no idea about that.
Yeah, you like RPGs?
I have played quite a few, not just Pokemon, but
Did Patrick ever tell you that me and Eric gifted him a hentai game, Patrick?
you did?
Yeah, it was 99 cents. It was a Resident Evil clone.
It was a Resident Evil clone?
Yeah.
I didn't even know those existed.
Yeah, oh yeah, those exist everywhere.
Then again, I'm not always one to.
And he played it.
Then again, I'm not always one to seek those out. So any information about those games that I would learn about would be from other people, and I'd just be like, "That's a thing." Well, yeah, I don't go like researching all those kinds of games for myself. I'm not that curious.
Unless you have Steam recommendation on.
I've checked that once, and one of the times that I would see like a couple of games are like, why is it recommending me this?
It gives you the most like slop games ever.
And I imagine probably the most sus games.
Yes.
I don't know if it has appeared in like a random part of the Steam store, but I remember seeing this one that was very World War II themed.
Are you gonna censor this when I say it?
I mean, probably if it requires that.
Sex with Hitler.
That's the one. I think that was the one. I don't remember the name exactly, but I'm pretty sure that might have been the premise at least. I don't look at those games and then just be like, oh, I want to remember the title of it. There's more?
Yeah, there's more. And there's a whole series.
How many games are there?
Too many.
More than
AI
3?
games too. Yeah?
How many more than 3?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
You know what? Fair enough. I remember like the talks about the many clips that you have saved. Is there like something that had inspired you to start saving the clips? And like from the things that you've told me, I think I remember you mentioning uploading to YouTube previously, and I remember going to the link to your channel and subscribing anyways, even when like you saying like and subscribe was a joke. I still dedicated to it. Even if I didn't know that you weren't being serious.
So you're saying, why do I do clips?
Yeah, like what has gotten you into doing that?
Because we do the most random shit possible. You've seen the Dynamite clip, right? Of me and Patrick losing it?
Was it like when you thought he had said something completely different, or well, not different.
Yeah.
When you had heard something from him that sounded completely different from what he had supposedly said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I remember I remember that in a nutshell, but I don't remember what was said or what was like misheard.
Angie?
Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He was like, Angie? I was like, what did you say?
I gotta look back at that. Oh man, the people at home are gonna miss so much context.
Shout out the channel, shout out the channel.
Oh, is there a channel that you have that I can? Oh,
No, you don't have to. I'm joking.
darn it, I fell for it again. I'm curious to know how you had managed to cross paths with Jeffrey.
I think it was literally just a Discord call. That was it. I'm being serious. It wasn't your server. It was his server. And I just joined in. He's there.
And it was like
I start showing him stuff. He starts laughing his ass off.
it sounds like one of those stories where like as soon as funny things are exchanged, or if like you find a funny image or like a common interest, like you and the person you just met like start bonding over that, and like suddenly a friendship starts forming from that.
No, yeah, he really liked me from the start.
What do you think? What do you think had solidified the friendship for him?
The same humor.
Fair enough.
Have you ever seen the out of context Discord video?
I don't know if I have.
There's so many clips of Jeffrey just getting mad like a parent.
Oh boy.
Because I would put on a random, I would fuck with his YouTube. Was it the Discord thing? the activity. I would keep changing
Oh,
the
the
video.
YouTube activity on
Stop
Discord.
playing that.
What kept playing?
No, I just kept randomly clicking on videos.
Oh, so it was just like random videos that you'd find. And it would be
Yeah.
stuck in the queue for him. And despite him being the leader, he's at least the leader when it came to like the queue and stuff for the videos. He still had to put up with that.
Yeah. You also watched a few movies with us before. No, wait. I think one movie.
Oh, what was the movie?
The greatest movie ever made. Manos: The Hands of Fate.
What?
Manos: The Hands of Fate.
I've never heard of that.
It's the worst movie ever made.
I'll take your word for it, but I think it'll be hard for. But if you ask me, I think it'll be hard to beat To Boldly Flee.
No, I record all of it. It's on my channel.
Oh,
the
really?
entire time, Jeffrey was drunk and lazy as his mind over.
It does, from how you describe it, it does sound like a movie that would require some form of intoxication to be able to sit through.
Jason, that's the only video where Patrick's quiet the entire time because he's just like his mind is melting at what he's watching. It was that bad.
I would hope that it's at least bad in an entertaining way, and not bad in a boring kind of way.
I'm sure both.
Because that was how it was when I had seen the Channel Awesome movie To Boldly Flee. Me and a friend of mine by the name of Momo had decided to watch the 3 Channel Awesome movies, and we had gotten to Boldly Flee, which turned out to be 3.5 hours long, and by the time we got to like the third hour, or it was the second hour or the third hour, we were just bored out of our minds, and I'm pretty sure Momo went to sleep. And it took my friend Justin joining the call and riffing on the movie to save us from the boredom of that.
You know, we should watch a movie together.
As long as it's not To Boldly Flee.
You want to watch Fred?
Oh, just the first movie, or the whole trilogy? Just the third one?
No, the 3 movies.
Okay, so the whole trilogy. I do happen to have access to those movies, so I could make that happen at some point. Whether or not they'd be allowed on YouTube, I don't know if the copyright body is going to be angry. I know a YouTuber by the name of Quackity was able to get past that, but then again, there were like so many cuts, like so many jump cuts going on.
5 movies and put them on the channel.
Oh, really?
And they haven't really run into issues because they're that bad.
I know a friend of mine had recorded a viewing of the movie Ants from 2019. The movie wasn't from 2019. The viewing was, but I of course immediately it fell victim to the copyright demon. But I think I was able to when I just uploaded a video of me and a friend reacting to a particular scene from Disaster movie that used to scare me as a kid.
I think I know what the scene is.
Give me your best guess as to what that scene is.
It's the Alvin and Chipmunk scene, isn't it?
You were scarred by it too, weren't you?
Yes.
It's such a small world that we live in.
I hate that scene so much.
Oh yeah. When I looked back at that in my I think early to mid 20s was when I had rewatched that with a friend. We were like unsettled by the imagery of the chipmunks, but we were just unamused by how much the movie relied on pop culture stuff, that especially movies that didn't even release yet, that for some reason they decided to spoof.
You know, you're smarter than most people. You know that.
I'm what?
You're smarter than most people.
Really?
Yeah. Because people don't do that with the recording. They just keep going.
Like they don't just like they don't.
No,
I imagine at least some have had to.
that's why
Some
you
of
hear
like
some stories on how they lose the entire recording because
unless
they
they
don't stop it at some point.
unless they save it as like a oh wait, unless they forget to stop it. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought it was going to be a case of like in case the PC crashes, which I think the
Oh
few
yeah,
exceptions would be if it's saved as an MKV file, because I know OBS has this thing where if a recording is saved as an MKV file, it at least it doesn't like corrupt the file. It at least captures what could be captured before the PC had crashed.
Jason. Let me tell you something. My longest video is a Dead Island video that's 3 hours long. I had to render that shit.
It's probably
And the best part is it's in the video. My hard drive was at the red
oh
because I was
boy.
recording so much. And I made a joke, if we don't finish the game in time before my hard drive dies, I have to uninstall a game.
I think the longest video that I have, and it's probably cheating because it was a live stream. It was like the longest I've ever streamed. It was like 6 hours. I was taking part in a charity stream with Panda, and there were like there was like a game of the Game of Life 2, and then Golf with Your Friends, and then Gang Beasts, and then Roblox's version of Uno, which
Yeah,
I don't know if you're as familiar with that, but there's a plus 99 card in that version.
yeah.
And you don't have to deal with Ubisoft's sometimes not functioning servers.
Oh, are they not working now?
They never worked for me. Any time that I tried to get a game working for me, like if I tried to join through a friend, it would always kick me out randomly, and there would be like connection
They always
issues.
work. They always work for us.
Yeah, I'm just unlucky when it comes to that particular version of Uno, but Roblox Uno, that never disconnects for me, and it usually everything works out fine. Plus that version of plus there are like so many other pros to the Roblox version of Uno that Ubisoft's Uno does not have, like the increased lobby size and, like I mentioned before, the plus 99 card.
Yeah.
And it's got the 7-0 rule where like the 7 allows you to swap hands with another, and the 0 like has everyone swap hands in the direction of the turn. And then there's the 6 rule, which makes it so that if you play the 6 card, then you gotta act fast and hit the button that you're supposed to. And the last person that is not able to do that has to draw a couple of cards.
Are you into more Nintendo stuff, like Jeffrey?
Yeah, I would say so. Mainly when it comes to console games. There have been, I think the first Nintendo console I remember owning might have actually been the Nintendo Wii, and ever since, there'd be a lot of times where you just see me hooked on that thing.
You like plushies?
Uh, I I've had a few that I've been given as a gift. Like I have this plush of Monokuma.
That sits on your bed.
Yeah, though ever since like stuff's been rearranged in my room, it is now like on a nearby desk that is still in frame of my setup.
Jason, that image made me laugh so hard whenever I passed your room when I was at your house. I just see the Monokuma scene.
Well, he's got to be somewhere. I don't have a shelf to put him on. I don't have a visible shelf to put him on.
You gotta get a Morgana plush.
It's got to balance
Put him next
everything
to
out. Oh gosh darn it! Persona 5. That's another game I got to continue. I have so
haven't
many.
beat it.
I have so many games on the backlog, and Persona 5 Royal is included. Final Fantasy 7 is included. Yakuza 3 is included. Are there any Are there any games that come to your mind that are on your backlog that you haven't gotten around to in a while?
None right now. I usually play every game I get.
You lucky son of a gun.
I do have a backlog website thing.
Oh, you have that. Oh, you have that set up.
Yeah, yeah. I logged every game I ever played in my life
I should have remembered to do that, but I do have
from memory.
at the very least on Steam, I have like a category that I set up for myself of like games I have yet to finish and then games I have finished. I just know I have Yakuza 3, Persona 5 Royal, Final Fantasy 7, not through Steam, but an
PS1
actual
anyway.
yeah, an actual PS1 version of the game. Plus,
Yeah,
if I
for
wanted
some reason
to,
that version.
huh?
When you're playing on I saw you play on Discord. It was showing all your stats and stuff.
Oh yeah, because of RetroArch showing the details. Yeah, I figured I had to play it on there. That way I can easily copy the data from the PC to the Steam Deck. So if I'm on the go somewhere and I got nothing else to do, I can always continue the game through the Steam Deck. What has been a game or a particular moment in gaming that has made you the most rage filled?
Oh my god, the most rage filled.
Yes,
Recently, I think it's 2 years ago now. It's like back in January of 2025. But
it was 1 year
you
ago,
know
but
that
continue.
well, it's almost 2 years ago by now. But do you know that game Evil Within?
I've heard of the title, but I'm not
So
exactly familiar with it.
it's made by the original Resident Evil creator, and it's a third-person horror game. And there's a mode where it's the hardest mode in the game. Anything one hits you, anything.
Oh boy.
So you go through the entire game hitless, but there is checkpoints. And I spent so much time on that goddamn game mode. I almost quit. And I got so lucky on that because I barely had any ammo.
Oh my gosh.
And
I
that achievement has like a 1% chance of completion.
and you managed to do it?
Yeah, it's on my Steam.
Oh my gosh. That had to have
And
been
but,
very difficult.
okay, so my total deaths in that game mode was 402 deaths, and the clear time was 13 hours. In in game, but I think it was longer for Steam.
Really?
Yeah, that's how many times I died.
Yeah, Anton Blast, I remember there was like I think I was getting towards the end of the game and I was at a level that was getting closer to the final boss and there would be like so many times that I would be yelling during certain times that I would die. And I think at one point I was even shouting "aim up" during the final boss fight, the loudest that I could. And then there would also be quite a few times during FNAF Security Breach, especially when I had to put up with Glamrock Chica because I was going for the other ending, and the problem with going for that other ending is that there's only one save point that works. And if you
Yeah, I
die,
know.
you have to go all the way back to that one.
100% of that game.
You even got the best ending of it?
I got all endings. And you know what's funny?
Was
Is I didn't know there was a way you can skip the entire game and just go to the ending.
wait, for real?
Yeah, you can. It's at the beginning of the game. You know
How's
how
how's that possible?
you know how at the beginning you get out of the vent,
Okay.
like you're in a room with Freddy, and then you get out of the vent, and you can just easily just clip out of the map. and go to the ending.
Oh yeah, I forgot about how broken that game can be.
And it's 2 minutes. It takes like 2 minutes.
Is that how you got the perfect ending, or just one of the endings?
No, I didn't do the glitch. I did the whole thing. I found out after.
Oh, okay.
Because how it works is the button you push is the ending trigger
Oh,
for
I
that
see.
specific ending. Because it's a slideshow.
Oh, okay, so that's how that works. It was just like this year, well, last year especially, there was, I think even before Security Breach and Anton Blast, there was also this one, there's also this one SpongeBob PC game that I remember raging at in a particular level, but it was also because the mouse would not cooperate with me. And I was trying to run this program that would make the game run at windowed, and for some reason, as I was moving the mouse, sometimes it would be outside of the window and it would make me tab out of the game, and it was so frustrating.
Have you ever had that thing where you have a boss and you're trying to kill it, and it has an insta kill attack when you're about to kill it, and you have to restart like 30 minutes back.
Oh, I think I might have. That might also be the case with the. It might also be the case with the Sans fight, because I have gotten all the endings of Undertale, and you can thank Jeffrey for getting me into that. Back then, he had done this thing where he was the one that gave Sans a voice, and I gave Papyrus a voice. And as you could probably tell, I did go with the Skeletor kind of voice, or the Waluigi kind of voice, however one prefers to view it.
Have you ever heard Eric's fucking sand voice?
Is Sans voice?
It's it's literally the text, the speech bubble sound, and he does it so well.
dressed.
No, he does it so well. It's so stupid because he does it in Smash when he's the Sans costume.
Really?
Yeah,
I gotta hear this myself.
it's not recorded. He just does it.
I know. I gotta request it from him. Either you or Patrick would know the most about Eric. Oh, I can almost reach that thing. There we go.
Yeah, I know him for 11 years. I know everything about him.
Yeah, Eric has always struck me as the kind of guy who would seem like very cryptid like at first, but like once he is comfortable enough around you, then you get to see more of a read on his personality. And I got to witness that back in 2019, I believe, when we had first played Trouble in Terrorist Town together.
Oh yeah, I'm his first friend.
Oh, you were?
And my first ever friend, yeah. So we're both our first friends.
Oh, that's wholesome.
I'm not sure who was next. I think Patrick was the second friend of his.
Yeah, I remember like the stories that I'd hear about how Patrick and Eric would cross paths like in their high school, and how they met through another person, and how
You want to tell Eric's story real quick, how I met him?
Yeah, I'd like to hear that.
So let me think. This is back in probably 2014, maybe, when after he was out. So probably a year later. And it's middle school, I think. And I come out of the gate because school just ended. I go to this big sign where I just wait for my mom. And I see this. I see Yvonne. Yvonne, yeah. And he's holding a bunch of Minecraft books. The 3 Minecraft. I'm not sure if you know the Minecraft books, the survival books. Everyone used to get.
I'm kind of familiar with that.
They have like gold on it. And I ask him about the books and stuff for him, and we're talking. And I see Eric just come along. I say hi to him and stuff. I start talking to him, and he didn't seem interested at all. And I said, "You want to be friends on Steam?" He's like, "Okay."
he just gladly accepts it no matter what.
Yeah, he gives me his Steam, and that was it. And I played with him on Steam, and we just played TF2 all day. It was like 1,000 hours worth of TF2, like every day.
Now that is pure friendship.
And the thing is, with Eric, um, we bonded quickly. So every moment we had, it was like super fast.
Yeah, it certainly sounds surprising how well that how fast that went and how immediately you had just the two of you had just become really good friends after that.
And one thing is, before all that, I didn't have any friends growing up at all. So I would just look for anyone. That's why I asked for a Steam account. I used to just ask people for their account so I can play with them on Xbox and stuff. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, that's why that happened.
I remember at one point I had taken a class at a at a previous community college that I went to, and I enjoyed the vibes of these of a couple of guys that I used to go to the class with, and eventually would ask for would ask if they got a Discord account that I could add them on, and ever since there would be the occasion where I would be able to play games with them. I'd say occasion because unfortunately there will be a lot of moments where like we'll just all be busy.
Yeah, I wish I had that. I mostly just bullied at school.
Yeah, public school wasn't exactly the kindest to me either.
It's not fun.
Yeah, it was because of things like that. It was because of things like the environment of public school and
Yeah,
all the bullying and such that I was put
my
into
high school had
homeschool.
a fight every day. It was
Dang.
every day. And it was always during class switching, and in the crowd you just see someone just knock someone's head, and they just fall to the ground.
It got that chaotic?
Yeah. Do you know those stories of Eric?
Uh are there more that I don't know about?
So he likes to do this thing where he grabs a quest, he doesn't read what it is, he just grabs every quest available, and he makes us do it while he explores the map.
In what game is this?
Borderlands,
Oh, Borderlands.
and every game that has multiplayer in it.
What would that include
Like,
something like zombies?
yes, he either runs away and does the quest, or he makes us do the quest. Sometimes he say, "Oh, I did everything."
Oh.
After we play, he does that sometimes, not all the time, but he does.
You know, that
He
doesn't
also,
surprise me. He does troll a lot. I don't know if you've ever seen the I don't know if you've ever seen the clip, but there have been a lot of moments when during the Black Ops 2 multiplayer night via Plutonium, we were playing a gun game multiplayer, and there were so many times that Eric would be a knife goblin, and especially towards that, and there would be like the most rage I would hear from that just from that session alone.
no, Eric's a loot goblin. He takes like every gun we try to get.
I think during multiple moments of that, I think she'd even like smacked the desk and I would hear things flying. I don't think it was the keyboard. Thankfully, it wasn't the keyboard. It was just like a lot of knickknacks that were on her desk that just went flying. He gets so much joy out of being the knife goblin of that game mode.
Yeah, he does that.
And like I didn't even get a chance to I didn't even get much of a chance to be as much of a knife goblin as I had hoped cuz he is so much better at knifing than I am.
It's funny. Nat told me that she doesn't really know Eric that well. I'm like, huh?
Well, then eventually she would.
No, we had this funny thing during the Game Awards. And it was her talking to Eric, and she was talking to us, saying she doesn't know what he eats, and we're joking like, is he an alien? What do you mean you don't know what he eats?
I think the answer is clear: batteries.
No, I was laughing so hard in that clip because Aries next to her, right? She's just saying this like he's a child.
For a lot of this, I'm curious to know, since there have been like very few moments, like far and few in between, that you and I have crossed paths outside of that one TF2 game and that one game of zombies. I'm curious to know, like, before a lot of this, what was your first impression of me?
Like, what do you mean, like our first call?
Like your first impression of me, meaning like what was the understanding of me that you had before we started talking a bit more?
Um, do you actually want to know? I I feel like
Yes,
I don't. I should.
I was annoying, wasn't I?
No, no, no. I know.
Okay.
I thought there's gonna be another main guy Eric found. I'm
Really,
being serious.
I think that's the first time I think that's one of the first times I've ever gotten an assumption like that, actually.
No, it is because of your voice and you're the server host.
Oh yeah, because I did own a server previously. Oh, I have one that is kind of owned, but and I'm not talking about the public community server, but like the
Yeah,
server that a lot of us will hang out in. But I try to label that as like not really owning it, just being one that rather than has like a lot of people work for me, in that I have a lot of people that work with me in that, and that's how I prefer to see it, as a
yeah.
as like a group kind of thing rather than just a
Well, the
leader of
thing
the
is,
friend group kind of thing.
I just have a bad experience with people all the time. Like it's like probably every day. So
Oh, I
that's why I
see.
have that. Because you never know, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you never know if sometimes there could be like some skeletons in the closet from certain people or something like that, or like the moment of someone being a snake. It's interesting because I think it had to have been a while for me to start getting trust in people again, and luckily since a lot of since a lot of things had been passed on, I eventually would start to get trust in people a bit more, and I think I'm at a point where you'd have to be really messed up in the head for me to not get along with you. You'd have to have like those kind of vibes of like doing something unforgivable. Sorry,
Yeah,
you were
I still don't really trust people sometimes nowadays.
yeah, I get that that can be
Or I don't distrust myself really.
like you distrust yourself.
Yeah, I just don't like really hurting people in that way.
Oh, I see.
Where I think someone is like different, they're not.
Like you're worried that if someone got to know you a bit better, that
Yeah, but it's more like um. Let me think. I had in my head. It's more like people don't really get to know me first because they always make assumptions.
in most cases, I think it's better to like I think it's better to like actually get to know the other person before like making a hasty judgment like that.
Yeah,
And it certainly takes a lot of communicating to do. And one thing I've always said to people is communication is important.
yeah. People like to judge me a lot before they even know me.
It's something that I say when it comes to issues that some people have with other people, that a lot of times could be kept in private, like especially when it comes to like a lot of internet beef that I'd see. A lot of the time I'm just like, this could have been like talked out in DMs if these were like actual adults.
Yeah,
And that's why I always say communication is very important.
Yeah. What was your first impression of me?
I haven't
I'm guessing
known.
it's bad.
No, not really. I didn't have but I didn't have much to work off of since it wasn't until either the game of either that one big game of Left 4 Dead 2 or the TF2 game. No, I think the Left 4 Dead 2 game came first, and I remember this one Left 4 Dead 2 versus game where you, Eric, and Will had just held up the one part of this Mario map, and there was
I
like a lot
played it.
of huh?
I played that one.
Yeah, it was you, me, Eric, Will, Patrick, and a few others. That it was a versus, so we were all on different teams. It was you, Eric, and Will on that team, and you just did not move from that spot. And there was anger at that time, but I think the majority of us like shrugged it off because like at the end of the day, it's trolling and nothing else. Nothing anyone should take very personally. It's not like you were actively doing harm or anything. Like we understand that it's just a goofy little troll, that just an exploit that's found. I think it was you, Eric, and Will that would find an exploit in the map where I think the match wouldn't start unless you'd leave the safe house, and with the way with the way that particular map would work, you were in this particular part of the level where you would have to, or you wouldn't be able to complete it or continue until you went to that elevator. So the three of you were there the whole time, and so the rest of the match was just taking so much longer. There was like light frustration at that time, but I think people like me and Patrick were not really annoyed. Just like, well, I guess that map is kind of broken. But yeah, that was one map that I knew that I learned the hard way had an easily exploitable thing in verses, and then the other moment that I remember from before we would start talking a bit more would be from the first game of TF2 that you joined with us with the Death Run map and the Portal map. And I know one clip that you were in that I'll always remember was when you were like, "Hey Patrick," and then I just hear Patrick out of nowhere going like, "Ugh,"
What?
because I think he was getting gunned down in the game. I am curious, would there be any possible gaming events or live streams that you'd be interested in joining in the near future?
With you or like my own stream? Because
Not
I would love to join you on a stream.
yeah. Now that you mention
just
it, give me an answer for both.
It just depends on the game. Like if it's a game I've already played, then yeah, I will join it.
Yeah, like I remember you mentioning BioShock, so that could be a possibility.
Yeah, I would love to play that with you.
As for any gaming events, I'd probably host off stream.
Like off stream, like a show your screen thing.
I mean, like when I'm not streaming, if there'd be a game like TF2 that I wouldn't be streaming.
Oh, I'm not
where it'd be like
sure.
quite a few of us in the in like the usual server that I host those in.
Yeah, probably if there's not too many people.
That does tend to fluctuate every now and then because sometimes sometimes there will be like up to 6, and then other times like a lot of people will be busy.
Did you see the TF2 mod?
Which one?
It's on Steam. The TF2 Classic mod.
Oh, TF2 Classic. I remember hearing about that. It's getting a particular release.
It has a giant player count of 10,000 right now.
Oh yeah, wasn't that released under TF2 Classified?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Will telling me telling me about that. So is there something that you'd like to add before I clean this? Because the moment that this is clean, that is when the episode will begin to end.
Oh, is that it?
Yes. Do you have anything to say before we clean this?
I'm not really sure, but when the game releases or something, that's it.
When the game releases?
I guess. I don't know, on the game tab.
Oh, what? When like the game that you'd be working on releases?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
But I guess we
Goodbye.
can. I guess we look forward to that. And here we can enjoy the slideshow with like the one moment where.
Oh.
Oh wait, it doesn't capture that. It just shows the whole thing. Might as well also ask, where should people go if they want to keep up to date with what you do?
Oh, for right now, there's nothing right now. There's actually nothing. But there will be eventually.
Like plans on developing a game or possibly streaming at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess
It's just not right now.
yeah, so I guess
Just
everyone
remember
can yeah, remember the name. So I guess everyone can look forward to that. Anyways, thank you again, Nick, for agreeing to do this.
Yeah, you're welcome, Jason. I like playing this with you.